Monday we talked about absolute value, or excuse me, not absolute. We talked about yes. Oh, go ahead. So Monday we talked about linear inequalities. Okay? What were some of the highlights from Monday? Some of the things that we have to watch for when we're graphing a linear inequality. Feel free to look back in your notes. Things that we need to know if I'm graphing a linear inequality. And the only reason I'm asking this, one, because it's going to be on your test on Friday. Two, because it's going to help us today. What do you got, Ray? Explain to me when I would make a solid line versus a dashed line.
When it's greater or less than or equal to.
So if it has the equals part,
It's solid.
and if it doesn't, then it's dashed. That's going to come into play. Fine.
Which side to shade?
So, like, what do we do to figure out which side we got to shade? We test the point. Okay, and then if it's true, we shade on that side. If it's false, we shade on the other side. Okay? Remember that with an equality, because we also had graphing lines, just straight up lines, when we're graphing just a line. So if we see an equal sign, that is just the line, always going to be solid. If it's an inequality, less than, greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, then we've got to figure out solid or dashed line. We've got to figure out test point, and we have to shape. Okay? So there's a couple of different things that you're going to be responsible for on Friday. Okay? Today, we're going to take that same skill set, and we're going to go to absolute value inequalities. So now instead of graphing lines, we're going to graph absolute values. Okay? So first off, seems like a normal amount of space for me right there. Okay? So first thing we got to do is we're going to graph the absolute value as if it were an equal sign. Now, we did absolute value graphs, I want to say last week. I think it was last week. I think so, yeah. Like last week, Wednesday. It may have been a week ago today. Okay? What does the absolute value graph do? The V, right? Yeah. It's either a V if A is positive, or it's a multiplier. Okay? So we're going to graph that as if it were an equal sign. But because we're dealing with an inequality, we're going to draw those rays either solid or dashed. Solid if it is a equals part to it, dashed if it's not. Just like the lines, just like we did on Monday when we were graphing linear inequalities. Okay? Now, it might help us to remember. Oh, that's why I moved this up. Yeah. Hopefully. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jumping. What is going on? Usually, typically, it's going to help if I choose the right tool. Oh, no, guess not. What I was saying was it helps for us to remember the equation for an absolute value. Okay? So we got to remember that one. Now, what can you tell me about the absolute value graph based off of its general equation? There's a couple of things that you can tell me. What part is going to tell me which way to open? The A. So if A is positive, it's going to open up. If A is negative, it's going to open down. If we don't know, we can look back in our notes. Okay, because this is important for today. What else can you tell me about the absolute value graph based off this general formula? No, it is not. It is not. I promise it's not. What you're getting at, you only gave me one part that really wasn't even a part, so I'm going to say hard no. But H comma K creates the vertex. It's not necessarily the x-intercept. Yeah, just H is the x part of the vertex. Yep. But what? There, Ray? Okay. H comma K is the vertex. We think oppositely with H. Okay. There's one more crucial piece to graphing. What about the slope? Of what?
Well, A is the slope going right.
Okay. From the vertex?
From the vertex. Opposite is the slope going from the vertex. From left.
And then what did you say? Opposite of A is left side slope?
Yeah, left.
So all of that prevents us from having to do what? Knowing those three parts prevents us from having to do what to graph an absolute value? The only other method we taught you to graph an absolute value. A T-chart, right? Okay? So it prevents you from having to do a T-chart. It narrows it down, it puts it where it needs to be so that you don't have to keep plugging numbers in to find that vertex. Okay? Right? Then, after you get it graphed, okay, solid or dashed, then, just like with a line, we have got to shade using a test point. Now, though, instead of being on one side or the other of a line, you're either going to be inside your V or you're going to be outside. Okay? So it's an inside, outside, leave me alone type 1. Okay? Let's do this. Okay? Here is our first example. Y is greater than the absolute value of x minus 1, then plus 4. Opens up, opens down. Opens up because A is positive. What is A, by the way? A is 1 because when there's nothing written out in front, we assume it to be 1. Okay? So the right side slope is going to be 1. My left side slope is going to be negative. Okay? Where is my vertex? 1 comma 4 or negative 1 comma 4? I've heard them both. 1 because we think oppositely with H. Okay? So it would be at positive 1 comma 4. Right 1, up 4, put ourselves a dot. Okay? Right side slope. Right side slope. 1, because that's our A value. So that would be right 1, up 1, up 1, right 1, right 1, up 1, up 1, right 1, right 1, up 1. Just trying to all three of them. Kind of hard to do. Right 1, up 1, up 1, right 1. Right 1, up 1, up 1, right. Okay. Left side slope. Somebody other than Ray. Left side slope. -1. Directions that I need to go for -1. Up and left, because my V still needs to open up. So I would have to go up and left. Solid or, yes, ma'am. The number out in front here, the A value in front of my absolute value, if it's positive, it's going to open up. If it's negative, it's going to open down. They will never open left and right, because then they're not functional. Okay. Solid or dashed rays? Dashed, because it's just greater than, right? Okay. So dashed rays. Now we've got to do a test point. Okay. So again, just as if it were a line, we have to pick a point that is not on my absolute value. If we have the option to pick the origin, I highly recommend you pick the origin, just because it's easiest to plug in 0. 0 is greater than the absolute value of 0 minus 1. What is the absolute value of 0 minus 1? 0 minus 1 is -1. The absolute value is 1. Okay? So this is 1, then plus 4. 5. Is 0 bigger than 5? That is false. Since my test point was on the outside, that means I'm going to shade inside. Yep. If it's false, then we shade on the opposite. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns, clarification? You draft me this. All right. Oh, gotta still get off my pen. Here we go. Vertex. Where was my vertex for this one? 3, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Right there. Okay. Right side slope. So that's down 2, right 1, 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 down 2, right 1. Okay. Left side slope. +2. Okay. What direction from my blue dot am I going to get +2 for a slope? I gotta still get a positive slope. What 2 directions do I have to go to get the positive slope? down and to the left. Okay, still gets me a positive slope. Down to left one, 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 down to left one. Solid or dashed rays. Those are solid rays. Test point that you chose. I think most people that I saw tested the origin. We didn't go through. Our test point is on the outside. Truthiness, we would shade outside. False, we would shade inside. 0, less than or equal to -2 times the absolute value of 0 minus 3, then plus 2. 0 minus 3 is -3. Absolute value is 3. Times -2 is -6. Plus 2 is -4. Is that a true or a false statement? That is a false statement, which means that we are shading on the inside. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications? Have at it. Vertex for this one. Vertex. Where is the vertex for this one?
-4.
-4, not 4, got to think oppositely. -4, comma, 0. Right side slope. Right side slope. 1/2, right? So directions.
Up, 1, right, 2.
Up and right. Okay. Left side slope. -1/2. Directions. What? Up and left. Solid or dashed? Dashed. Test point. Origin. Okay. Zero less than 1/2 times 0 plus 4. 0 plus 4? 0 plus 4? 4, absolute value of 4? 4 times 1/2. 2. 0 less than 2. That is true. So am I shading inside or outside? We're going to shade the outside. Okay. You now have all of the tools in your toolbox to complete all of Unit 2. So that was the last lesson in Unit 2. So you can finish now the Week 6 homework in preparation for this week's test.